Hey, hey. All right. So, Leos, let's go ahead and take a little peek at whatever the timing is bringing in, whatever is the right time. I say that because behind me, we obviously are in a scene of a street in London. We see Big Ben there behind me. So, my focus right now is on that clock tower. What is the right time for Leo right now? Empress energy. It may be time for Leo to get themselves all gorgified, all gussied up, all, sparkly and their glorious, red velvet and gold accents. Could be time to dress for success, dress in whatever our personal like preference is, to stand with our, head up high, to stand tall, to feel like I am a worthy individual. I think that's beautiful. We've been getting some nice messages, but I will say that YouTube's really bogged down today. It's really taken a ton of time for videos to process. So maybe it's also a day to like savor things just because of that slowdown. But we've got this Queen of Swords upright as well. So, Leo, it's time for truth. It's time for acknowledging what has changed. It's time for this huge sense of peace. What is it that's changed in Leo's world? I mean, it could be that, it's time for Leo to interact more with the powerful feminines in their life, like, oh, I want to spend more time with my mom, my nana, my sisters, I want to really build better relationships with the powerful feminines in my life. We could look at it that way. I don't actually read for genders, so just know this could still be masculines as well, in their feminine energy. But I'm reading this more as Leo. Why is it the right time? We have High Priestess, we have Judgment. Okay, this is to prepare Leo. Leo, there are things coming in, and the divine is prepping Leo. Leo may be starting to feel pretty good today. They might look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I like me. You know what? I'm actually pretty empowered. You know what? I've set aside a lot of old, insecurities and things like that. I feel pretty confident about who I am. I feel like, I advocate for myself. I feel like I've learned how to speak up for myself. I think this is a good day for Leo to feel good about themselves, because deep down, somebody's coming in for reconciliation. Somebody or something from Leo's past is going to cycle back in. Could be somebody who kicked up some dust before. They could have made a bit of a kerfuffle in Leo's world. This could be somebody, not that they were mean to Leo or disrespectful to Leo, but let's just say that their energy, by the way, they could be a Scorpio, could also be Virgo, Pisces, or Cancer as well. But this could be a fire sign as well. It could be somebody who really likes to feel amazing about themselves. This could have been somebody who always wanted like the look at me energy. And if they're about to re-enter Leo's world, this could even be a competitor. And it's like, Leo, don't worry. Don't worry about any competitor. Don't worry about somebody who's coming back in who once upon a time, made everything all about themselves. Don't worry too much about that. Leo, stand in one's own graceful empowerment. Okay, we actually have a King of Wands. Well, this would be somebody who might be showing up in Leo's world who is in a very different energy themselves. They could be showing up in Leo's world as a King of Wands, somebody who has, maybe now they really have something to offer. That would be lovely. But Leo is being prepped. Like, Leo, know that you're a catch. Leo, know that you're really attractive. Leo, prepare yourself mentally, emotionally. Look at the confidence in life. Look at the things that Leo has achieved. Look at all of those things, Leo, because you're going to need to be real balanced, real stable, so that you make the decisions that are authentic for you. If somebody is about to come in to either have a reconciliation, and once upon a time, maybe they're even going to come in thinking that, oh, this is going to be a slam dunk, I'm getting Leo back. Leo may either need to be in a place of personal empowerment where they're like, well, it's nice to see you too. You're not just welcome in my home, though. Leo might actually have to put up a boundary of like, yeah, no, I'm worth a heck of a lot more than this, even though this is somebody coming in well. This is somebody coming in with beautiful King of Wands energy. It still says, if they're coming in expecting a slam dunk of success, Leo doesn't need to like just permit everybody to get exactly what they want. They would maybe have to match what Leo wants. especially if this is somebody trying to reconcile, and if it's somebody that Leo wants to reconcile with, but there still says Leo should always negotiate for themselves, have their boundaries in place. Somebody doesn't just come into our lives and they set the tone for how everything's going to go. Now, here's the thing. This King of Wands looks very loving. They don't look like they're trying to, be over the top or disrespectful. It's just that they are maybe used to getting their way. I don't know, though. This might be somebody that Leo, if Leo's going to reconcile with this person, and if Leo wants to reconcile with this person, they can, but it's time to talk about the stuff that didn't work. So I almost feel like this is like this juggernaut. This is somebody who maybe does have a ton to offer. They really do like to, be generous, warm-hearted, but sometimes, because every awesome trait can also have a little bit of a downside, which is this person could tend to set the tone for things. And maybe in the past, they were more, if Leo dealt with them in the past, they were more all about like my way or the highway, or Leo's own, wants, needs were not considered. Maybe this person had a tendency to make decisions for themselves and Leo. That's not ever going to go down well for a Leo. And even if they're coming back in, wanting to reconcile, wanting to settle the dust, wanting to actually offer something, Leo still has a right to reject. Leo still has a right to say, yeah, that's great that you want to say you're sorry and now you want to offer me something. But about that whole stuff that happened in the past, I didn't get to converse with you about what things didn't work for me. You don't get to decide what things were the problem without me saying, and let me explain to you how I see things were a problem. It's not splitting hairs. It's like, I think Leo has to be prepared to make sure that their voice is heard, to make sure that if somebody wants to get back on the good foot with Leo, and especially if they want to be Leo's lover again, it maybe isn't enough for them to just come in and say, here's what I, want to have success with you about. I hope you'll forgive me. Now, can we get to this good stuff? Even that is kind of like, whoa, that still seems like you're the one driving the car completely, and I'm a passenger in this relationship, instead of really looking at the minutia of what did and didn't work, letting Leo express themselves and letting Leo decide what they really want to say to somebody. And maybe even set the tone of, this was kind of like Leo's going to put them on probation and be like, look, the truth of it is, I don't know if you make me happy. The truth of it is, we need to both be able to make each other happy and support each other in one another's happiness. This isn't just about let's get back together and it'll all magically work. There are reasons things weren't good before. There were things that I was missing in this relationship before. And maybe it was, I need more time to make sure I'm happy in my own life, which means I need a little bit more support, maybe a little bit more breathing space, or, whatever this is. I don't know what it is exactly. It's the Nine of Cups sideways says both people have to be independently happy in Leo's mind, as well as being able to be happy together. And if one person is pretty happy because they're the ones calling all the shots and always in the driver's seat, Leo might not be too keen on that. Leo might be saying, no, actually, we'll have to rotate. And sometimes I'll be in the driver's seat. I'm Empress energy. I do things for myself the way I want them done as well. I just think that there's somebody who's really wanting to be back in Leo's life, and that relationship is coming back together, but with some stipulations. And I think the stipulations that Leo is like being prepared for are just the things that Leo actually wants to advocate for, that will simply make Leo happier, make them happier. Like, everybody wins in this, so long as there's more of a meeting of the minds. But first, Leo had to be in that head space and heart space where it's like, I'm going to advocate for things. And there's never been a better time to advocate for what one really wants, because Leo's about to face somebody from their past who very much wants to be in Leo's life again. But let's get it right this time. Let's make sure this relationship can be successful. 5 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. You know what? That is going to set a much better tone. Leo is saying, it's lovely that you're coming in as a King of Wands, but here's the truth of it. There are other things that I expect from a relationship that I'll I'm willing to be in. And what Leo is doing is they're actually leveling this up to the next level. It's basically, I would only be in a relationship with an emperor, somebody who sees me as their divine counterpart, somebody who consults me in things, somebody that I consult them in things, but we also give each other the freedom because we both know we're amazing separately. We have independent skills. We don't need one another to tell us what the better choice is. However, we want to hear from one another, but nobody manages anybody else. Nobody is I'm always the driver. That's how this relationship goes. I'll be the one who tells you where you'll do better if you do X, Y, or Z, and you're the person who receives my advice. No. I really feel like Leo is saying, so let me explain a few things. I'm an empress. I'm independently, extremely, successful. You're independently, extremely successful. We don't sacrifice our independent minds and ideas and autonomy to make good choices for ourselves. Instead, we support each other. Yes, their feedback. Yes, we, help each other make decisions, but we don't tell each other how it's going to be, or this is what you need to do. Here, I'll tell you how to apply this, and then your life will be great according to the way I think it should go. I think that Leo advocating for that is actually, first, Leo might get a little bit of like confusion or pushback. And then I think that this person is going to realize, oh my God, Leo is saying we need to be like a true team where we are equal partners and we have the right to each have our own opinions and the right to do different things separately also, but also work as a team. I think this is going to be the best relationship ever, because instead of just coming back together in like union, okay, here I am, we're going to be happy together. Let's not have too many more conflicts. I want to make you happy. That's not actually getting to the core of it. The core of it is no, we need to be emperors and empresses. We need to treat each other with the utmost respect and support. And that means respecting one another for our independent skills. This is it. Leo just set the whole tone for what kind of relationship this is going to need to be for Leo to be on board with it. But all it is like, this isn't Leo saying, you can't talk to me this way and you can't say that. No, this is all this super positive. Like, here's the way I'm going to support you. Here's the way I want to be supported as well. And I think that this person is getting it. At first, I don't know, that this could be like a while. They had to really think about this. Like, what is Leo saying to me? They're telling me that I have to be more supportive, but also more hands off. Wait a minute. They're telling me that I'm their equal. Leo is my equal. That's how Leo expects to be treated. You know what? This is beautiful. I really think Leo has found a way to articulate what they want in a relationship at just the right moment in time, because this relationship is coming back together. But unless this conversation happens first, they could spiral back into the same, conflicts and unhappiness and breaking up and then trying to get back together. This time, they've come to the conclusion and learned how to vocalize what it is that they really want. This is awesome. It's not about there's not like a power struggle here. It's not about who's doing what. It's more to make sure that they don't end up in a power struggle. And I don't think that anybody was trying to treat Leo badly before. I just think that maybe we've got two really strong alpha energies. They came across as a King of Wands. That would be leadership and possibly Leo energy as well. So I'm going to end with this oracle card, which is card 30. It says the Tamer. The affirmation is, I believe my cause to be just without anger at those who disagree. And I really think that energy of like, yes, I would like us to have peace. Swans do mate for life. And we have two swans up here at the top. We have this little fairy coming down, or maybe we could say a guide that is like helping Leo to say, speak your peace, Leo. They'll understand or they won't. If they don't get it, or if it makes them mad, then maybe they're not your person. But you have to, if you're going to find the partner that you stay with for the rest of your life and have the real relationship that you want to have, you got to be able to find that common ground, or to express yourself truly and honestly and be heard by a partner. And if they're not able to do that, then maybe, it's all right. You don't have to get mad. You don't have to yell or shout at them about it, but that you got to be able to speak your piece, right? I really think that this is Leo finding their voice and expressing what they need and want, what kind of a partnership they want. And in this storyline, it says, after a moment of confusion and processing, it looks like that King of Wands goes, "Oh, you want an emperor? Well, I could definitely fill that bill. We're gonna have an emperor empress relationship. We're gonna be the ultimate power couple. We're real partners. Yeah, okay, I can do that." I love the energetic, like, I feel like we just basically saw these two get married, like in the emotional sense in this storyline. They just understood each other at this profound level. Like, we're real partners now. That's awesome, Leo. I love seeing that it's time for that real relationship to start to form. All right, thank you for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.